Hey everyone, I'm in Madrid, the capital of one of the main shoe producing countries. There's Italy, there's Portugal, there's China, but definitely Spain is on the map of shoe producers. So I had this idea of looking, I've never been in Madrid before, and I thought, well, I'm always wearing this pair of sandals. They are Stella McCartney. These were made in Italy. They've lasted very, very long. They're amazing, but you shouldn't wear even sandals every day in a row. They need a day to recover, just like leather shoes do. And so it was important for me, and they're going to break down at some point anyway, to find a new pair of summer shoes. What am I looking for? One, comfort. I want a wide toe box. Anything else will just give me misery, and that is just not sexy at all, unless that's your thing, but it's not mine. So comfort, wide toe box, and I think that's a very interesting era we're living in with the barefoot movement, with more medical science coming to the mainstream, with the importance of giving your toes space. If not, you're going to develop these beautiful bunions, the hallux valgus. They're really ugly, uncomfortable, but time can be moved, or how do you say it? You can turn back time on them. You can give your toe space. You can do some more exercises and movement and, ameliorate the situation. So wide toe box is what I'm after. Then I'm also looking for somewhat an elegant shoe. It doesn't have to be the quintessential barefoot shape. I think more possibilities should be there. And then last but not least, a natural material like this espadrille material would be amazing. Leather or textile, yeah, let's see what's out there, but I want to avoid having plastic on the sole of my foot, because you're sweating in the summer and then you're basically exchanging bodily fluids with a toxic plastic sole. Yeah, sorry to sound dramatic, but that is just off-putting for me. And plastic is all over the place. So these are some challenges. Are you ready to go along with me on this journey? What comes is a chronological report of what I did, what I saw, and I didn't do it on purpose, but the best comes in the end. I'm sure you will love it. I cannot be sure, but anyway, hope you enjoy it. As I walked past this huge campus store, this seemed like a good place to start. A Spanish brand been going on since the 80s and pioneering comfort and fashion. And I tried this. To be honest, I've never owned a ballerina before, and I wanted to try these, how they feel. They have a bit of a Asian shoe shape look to me, which is quite cute. It does seem like my ankle is disappearing in it though, because that's just the effect of it being so low as well. I think they look quite cute. The chocolate brown is kind of my color. Obviously it doesn't work in this outfit, but the thing is that they are using a lot of plastic in their soles. Next up is something completely different. If anything could be considered being turned on by shoes, this shop would certainly do it for me. Look at the elegance and craftsmanship of these beautiful shoes. I think they look outstanding. This shop does a combination of Chie Mihara, which is another Spanish brand that I really love their creativity. And other than Chie Mihara, they only do Italian made shoes. And I had a conversation with the owner, and it is widely accepted that in Italy they will make the best of the best shoes. There is no doubt about it. These are, what I'm trying is a Chie Mihara flat. They're lovely. I like them, but it felt like there wasn't much support, or I was kind of missing something. Maybe I have a slender foot and that's the reason. But these are made in Italy. And to be honest, from all the shoes I've been wearing on this mission, these felt like the best made. La Bottega di Lisa. It's a small workshop in Italy producing just the craftsmanship is incredible. Of course, this comes with a different price tag that is over 300 euros and is a little bit hard for me to do because, yeah, that's a lot of money for a summer shoe. I would spend that more on a boot living where I live. These, look at that, incredible. Another Italian maker. These are fishing nets recycled. The shoes are 100%, well, not natural because fishing nets are, of course, having some plastic in them, but this is a natural translucent rubber. Look at how nice that looks. This brand is called Verdura. They sit amazingly. I would just walk out like that, but they come with a price tag as well. They're over 300 euros as well, but they just are fantastic. This store is somewhat different. Maybe you can tell it's like slightly more bling bling. This is all made in Spain. And I tried this one because I thought it was quite cute. The trouble is that the color is completely not my color, but I wanted to try them. They are very comfortable. They feel very, very well made. And yeah, I regretted that they didn't have another color. I tried a different color as well, but that is also gold. So those are more warm shades, and I'm a cool summer. I forgot to film the other shoes in this store. They are cute. I like the leopard print, and they're super flat and with a very hot weather comfortable. But there was also something keeping me from getting them. And I think it's because those thin strings of material around the feet felt a little bit unfriendly. I wasn't sure how that was gonna go with many miles of walking. Then I arrived at the Barefoot Valhalla of Barefoot You, and I entered with a burst of euphoria because, other than other stores, obviously, here everything was having a wide toe box, including a ton of sneakers. I started with this one, and this must be the worst shoe that I've ever tried. It just feels like you have to drag a loose hanging flap under your toes so not to fall. This is kind of comfortable, but I'm not sure about the style. This, I now know that I have to wrap the string in a different way to be more sturdy, but anyway, I didn't really like it. This is kind of overly cute. For the weather I'm currently in, it's way too hot. This is a ballerina that I could warm towards wearing, but it is too warm for the current weather. But just trying them on, very, very comfortable. Yeah, this is a nice shoe. I'm not intending on getting a sneaker, but I was interested in how these would feel. And to be very honest, they didn't feel right to me, but I think I'm very demanding on comfort in a sneaker. I do not really like sturdy bases, and this was the most comfortable one. It's more like an outdoorsy, sporty shoe, That is definitely the most comfortable shoe of the whole Barefoot store I was in. And guys, I saw these espadrilles in the archaeological museum. This really made me smile. Another Spanish brand that has been going on for decades is Pikolinos. My mother used to wear them. They don't produce everything in Spain anymore, but some are produced, but they have a very outspoken style. I'm trying this one on just because the colors are fun, but other than that, I'm not so sure. And it feels okay, but it's just not gonna be it. These are feeling nice. And these as well, they're not really my style, but I can tell you they're incredibly comfortable. They feel very nice. And these as well, they also feel very nice. And they're all leather. I can see myself wearing this. And yeah, it's a good, elegant style. My toes have all the space they need. They only have it in this blue and this black. And I'm seriously thinking about this. And these are made in Morocco and have a good sole as well. Next is this somewhat cheaper shop, Camila's, also Spanish brand. Some are made in Spain, but most aren't. Look at those, some very nice designs, I think, that kind of agree with my taste. And I'm trying this on, and look, that would be completely it if it also felt a little bit better made. I am probably very demanding. This is kind of a copy of my current shoe, but then in silver and a bigger sole. But I can tell, even though I kind of like the way they look, I can tell they aren't the best material, which is reflected in the price. They're like 50 euros or 60 euros. It's also sale season, right, 49. So sadly, not getting them. Very quickly, I'm trying this on. This is a different price category, but I'm impressed with how they're made and the quality. They're like 300 something euros, but wow. Life Concept is a store I'm excited about. It's the house of 3 Spanish brands: Neosense, El Naturalista, and Art, A-R-T. They really focus on comfort, on natural materials, and I would say they have an outspoken, quirky style. And these I am going to try in this variation. I love the colors, the playfulness, the retro element. It feels like I've owned them for a long time. That's always a good sign, isn't it? They are high, but they also have a platform, so relatively high, and they are very comfortable with a wide toe box and just quite an ergonomic footbed, which is lovely. So I'm buying this, and they cost 116 euros. That is in the sales. And last but not least, look at this fantastic, beautiful store where there is silence. There's no radio trying to distract you. There's a woman just trying to help you find the best pair without pushing or really selling. I love this. It's such a peaceful experience. It's all about the craftsmanship of the shoe. Talking about it, I am trying these two. On the left, not my color unfortunately, and on the right, an entirely natural espadrille style. The left one is extremely comfortable. Espadrille manufacturers are also dipping their toes into the wider toe box, which is really exciting and makes for incredibly comfortable shoes. But I am buying the other one, the dark colored one, black or charcoal. And before I leave, I'm showing you some more of this. And there is me with my umbrella in the window against the sun. So these, I'm happy with them. They are elegant, they're super comfortable. You're walking on nature, on the espadrille, on the grass they are made of. Fantastic. I've been going for a swim. My feet are slightly damp and wet. What a bliss to just put them in these grass-made shoes. And here's me on the bus going out with the other type of shoe. Some final thoughts. The most comfortable shoes that I tried were from manufacturers that have been strong and going for decades. For example, Pikolinos was very comfortable. And then, of course, the ones that I purchased as well. So those were my favorites, and I'm just very happy that I found some cool ones. I don't know what you thought about it. Let me know if you want what you like to buy. Other countries have different options, but I think Spain exports a lot, so hopefully this was helpful for you. See you in the next.